sure a frustrating one tonight. Just your takeaways from where that one got away from you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think another good start for us. Couple early, and then kind of let it get away from us in the second. But a lot of chances in the third. We just have to figure out a way to put a full 60 together.
Is that a game you feel like you maybe could have put away kind of early if you build on that start, maybe turn 2 into 3, and you could have gotten it to go from there?
For sure. But honestly, it shouldn't matter. I mean, we should be able to roll. Our 4 lines for 3 periods, 60 full minutes, and we should be able to just kind of put that game away.
I feel like you guys had enough chances throughout the course of the game to get the job done?
Yeah, I thought we had a lot of chances. We want to, I really think the pucks are going to start going in for us, and we're going to start feeling better. But, at the same time, we got to bear down on our chances, and it's on us to put those in.
Look at Alex Turcotte joins your line. What did you feel he kind of brought? Seems like he's had a nice start to the year and got the chance to move up in the lineup a little bit.
Yeah, really good legs, talented kid, makes a lot of plays. I enjoy playing with him back.
What do you sense the overall vibe of the team is right now? Obviously, kind of a slow start with a 1-3-1 record.
Yeah, I feel like we're a confident group. I think that we've shown that we can have really good periods, and then for whatever reason it just gets away from us. PK's got to be better. That's on me especially. So we just gotta put it all together, and we will. It's still early in the year. Can't panic yet, but we'll be fine.
Well, I'm sure a frustrating one for you guys. Just your takeaways on kind of where that one got away from you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say best game 5-on-5. Get a lot of chances, just got to bury. But obviously the penalty kill goal and their power play goal as well. So I mean that's pretty much the game right there.
Third period, it felt like you guys had a lot of chances early, and then the shorthanded goal. How big of a backbreaker was that one at that point in the game? Kind of sunk the team a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough goal. I mean, obviously they got the winner at that. So I mean, we kept pushing all game and didn't go in. So they take advantage and they find a way to score.
Not every goal is the same on the PK, but for you guys when you're on the go, are there any areas you feel like maybe you just need to be worked on a little bit, or things you want to improve on?
I mean, it's a shot from the dot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a good player. Like he's gonna find those little hole, and he found it. So, but maybe a clear before that. It's a little mistake that ended up in the back of the net. They have really good players. Like every team has a good power play, so you can't afford those mistakes.
Talking to Morsey, and he felt like you guys had enough chances throughout the course of the night. Was it just a matter of bearing down on the chances that you did have and finishing?
Yeah, 100%. It was just a matter that we could have buried many more than 2. That's for sure.
Our favorites, Ace Frehley, right? I knew you would be thinking of him too. Yeah, I grew up with him too. Yeah. Okay.
Jim, what's the single biggest thing that you're going to have to work on at this point to turn this thing around?
Well, I don't know if there's one thing in particular. You look at the result and you go, oh man, that's 0 points and that sucks. But if you look at the game on a whole and you say, well, we got to finish better. That's just going out in practice and trying to stay sharp. That's one. It's hard to manufacture that. Yeah, I mean their goalie played excellent and was the difference in the game. So we're not gonna try to dissect too much here. We haven't given up a lot over the last 3 or 4 games, so we're just gonna try to pull ourselves out of it. We're in a hole, and we're in a funk. There's no question.
Trader, if you have a question, we'll get a mic to you.
Jim, with obviously with Kopi out, decided to move the centers around a little bit. Just anything you could share on why you kind of put Phil where you did, and then why Turk was the guy to move up to that third line?
I think the one thing is, Phil's line hadn't been going great yet, so we just wanted to give that maybe a different look. We contemplated putting Turk right with Kuzi and Juice, but we just thought maybe that other line needed a different look as well. So that's kind of what the thought was to go behind that. Yeah.
Any others?
How do you think Turk handled the added responsibility?
Yeah, he did
to
good.
add some jump there.
Yeah, he did good. I mean, that line was good. They got one. They could have had more. Thought Turk played his game. He does what he did. He forechecked. He was quick, and got around the net. So I was happy with his game.
Right. John mentioned the first part is kind of what's the specific thing you need to work on, but it kind of seems like there's just a wide variety of things that keep kind of happening and leading to these losses. Do you kind of see the same thing with some inconsistencies kind of going on with the team right now?
Well, I mean, we brought our penalties down, let's say that, but then we still gave one up. So that's obviously a theme. We haven't won the special teams battle yet this season. That's an important part of any hockey game, is the special teams battle. Hard to win if you don't win the special teams battle. So that's the one, you know. We could have scored a power play goal. We had our opportunities there. We didn't. Yeah, and then gave one up. So that's, if you can point to one area, that's the area you're going to point to.
We've talked defense to death so far this season, but this is the second game now with the new configuration, if you want to call it that. Just, did you like it any better tonight than maybe you did in the first game?
No, I don't think so. We talked about it after that game in Minnesota. We didn't give them that much at 5-on-5. So 5-on-5 is really, you know, when you can best evaluate, because it's a squared up. And then tonight, you know, I didn't think they gave up. We didn't give up a lot either. So I think those guys the 6 of them are playing pretty well together as pairs currently. That's not what we really have to get after. But I would tell you on the positive side of the ledger is I thought that was Fogues' best game of the year by quite a margin. And I thought it was Laff's best game of the year by quite a margin. So those are two really important players for us, had great seasons last year, who really were off to slow starts. So that's really encouraging.
You had some chances, I think, especially in the second period, you know, right in front of the net and just couldn't finish. Is there anything you want to see different there, or is it just a matter of just finish the play?
Yeah, there's not much. You just got to find a way to put it in the back of the net. And again, give the goalie credit. 3 posts, you know, we beat him on those. So 3 posts and then some really good saves by him, where we had, you know, we like to call them grade A's when you're kind of that tight with the goaltender. And he beat us. Even Laughs at the end on the shorthanded, had a good look right from in tight, and the goaltender made the save.
Yeah, Jim, you mentioned having looks on the power play. Where do you think your power play is at in terms of generating momentum, chemistry between the guys, especially on the top unit? I mean, we see how it's performing, but as far as kind of the intangibles of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's up and down. Tonight was probably our worst night of entering the zone and getting control. You saw that particularly on the one in the third period, where really that's a time where you got a chance to get yourself back in and win the hockey game, and we didn't get that done. So that was really disappointing. Now, I take it back to Minnesota in the third period, and we scored the big goal that we had to score. So, you know, it goes up and down, but I didn't think our power play tonight was very sharp.
Looked like LaFerriere had some opportunities tonight that you gave him. You mentioned him earlier as having a particularly strong game. When was the decision made to give him those opportunities?
I mean, as the game wore along, we talked about it before the game, of maybe we would have elevated him prior, but we thought Turk really deserved the opportunity. He played so well. But we had in our minds that if Laff got his feet going and played like we know Laff can, then we were going to have to find some more ice time for him. So that's what I saw. He was playing pretty well. And then when I played him more in the third, he had, I think, 2, maybe 3 chances. He had the one-timer from the slot, he had the breakaway, and he had another one kind of in tight. So I thought he came alive and gave us a real spark.
Would fair to say that he earned another chance in a future game then?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did well. He played like he can play tonight. I think that's what I saw. I hope you guys saw the same thing. That really looked like Laff of the last couple of years that we've come to know and appreciate. So he'll get more ice time.
Kobe, was game time decision anything further that you can share from a timeline perspective?
Yeah, we're going to take a closer look at it still, probably in the morning, and then maybe we might have a better update for you tomorrow. Yeah, we're still kind of evaluating where it's at.
I don't know if this got mentioned earlier, but the decisiveness that Byfield and Fiala showed on that goal, is that the kind of aggressiveness you want from those two specifically when they get a chance to attack the net?
It was a really nice goal, and probably the key part of that goal was Armia. As he came to the blue line, he pulled the puck in and just delayed enough, allowed himself to create a little space and time to get the puck over to Byfield, who made a great pass, of course, to Kevin at the back post. But Armia was probably, you know, he was the first player in the sequence that made the play. His play was probably equally as valuable.